Hello and welcome to the Rusted Brush. Today I'm going to be making a model based off a creature from the video game LethalCompany. If you haven't played LethalCompany, it's a co-op game where you and 3 other players go to different planets to find scrap and sell it. You can buy plenty of different items to help you on your journey and collect more profit. However, you will encounter dangerous weather, hazards, and of course monsters that will try and kill you. The game can be absolutely terrifying. There is one creature in particular, though, that is scarier than any other for me, and that's the Coil-Head. Hearing that spring noise always gives me a shiver whenever I hear it. Gameplay-wise, it's based on the same mechanic of SCP-173 or the Weeping Angel from Doctor Who. It only moves when you do not have a direct line of sight to it. I feel the design of the Coil-Head is perfect. The mannequin body has a great amount of uncanny valley, and the coil neck makes it even more unsettling, which is why I think it would make a great miniature for my undead warband for more time. Now onto making the miniature. For this I used the GW Skeleton Warriors kit for the skeleton of this model. I cut the arms of the skeleton to the elbow and attach it to the torso of the skeleton. I green stuff over every bit of the skeleton to give it mass, and I smooth over it with plenty of water so that my fingerprints aren't left over it. I still do leave some fingerprints on it unfortunately, but I think it looks fine and adds some depth to the model. I couldn't get good footage showing of how I sculpted over the skull, but essentially I picked a skull that had an open mouth to mimic the head of the Coil-Head, and I sculpted over the whole skull and made 2 holes for the eyes and 1 for the mouth. As for the coil or spring or whatever you want to call it, I used Army Painter razor wire and I wrapped it tightly around a spear from the Skeleton Warriors kit and took it off. I then sort of jammed the head into the coil while the green stuff isn't fully cured, and I super glue it in place for a stronger bond. And that's the whole model assembled, and we move on to painting. I primed the model with white spray primer, and then I used Palette Bone Speed Paint as the first paint to go down. The color of the Coil-Head in the game is that warm grayish bone color, so after that speed paint dries, I use Warm Gray from AK 3rd Gen to set the tone and color of the model down. I then apply Broadsword Silver from Army Painter to the coil and to some random areas to signify the metal bits on the Coil-Head body. Once that dries, I add null and oil wash over the whole model to really give it depth and definition. I highlight the model with Warm Gray from AK 3rd Gen and apply a wash of Pure Grime from the AK Deep Shades line. Then I use a dab of Blood Angel's Red on the torso, just a bit of contrast and add some color to the model. The final touches was to base the model using AK Ground Mud, Autumn Leaves, and some dry tufts I had. And with that, the model's done. This was a pretty quick build. I really enjoyed LethalCompany, and I wanted to make my own sort of tribute to the game with this model. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content like this. Take care, everyone.